to the CV Sports Talk Show, coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio. It's a wonderful day today. We're going to be talking a lot about the Cleveland Cavaliers today. We're going to talk about the off-season of the Cleveland Cavaliers, or what they should do to get better to challenge the Golden State Warriors. We also going to talk about the David Griffin departure. We also going to talk about the Cleveland Indians winning streak. They won 6 in a row. Their bats is coming alive and their pitching is coming together. We also going to talk about the Cleveland Browns minicamp from last week. We're going to talk about who's standout players, what's the expectation, and the injury reports. We also going to get into the AFC East. We're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins. I told you I'm going to be giving y'all a 32 team off-season preview of what they did, of their draft picks and their free agents, and what I feel like they gonna do for this season. So let's first of all start off with the Cleveland Cavaliers off-season. They have an interesting off-season because they have to get a quality player for this offseason in order to challenge the Golden State Warriors. And what I mean about that is they have to get a nice fit. And words from sources that I'm hearing from and that I'm seeing on my phone or on TV is Jimmy Butler, Paul George, or Carmelo Anthony. Those are the 3 names that you're going to hear throughout this offseason. And what I feel what's best for the Cavaliers is you have to find a way to not have to give up Kevin Love, because giving up Kevin Love for another all-star player is not making your team better. Golden State has 4 all-stars, so you have to match that. Cavaliers have to get younger on their bench, and they have to get more athletic on their bench, meaning they have to get players that can shoot, dribble, and pass, because the game has changed now. You have to be able to do all 3 of those. You just can't be able to do one, because so many players coming out knowing how to dribble, shoot, and pass, and play defense. You need a 3-and-D guy, but you also need an all-around player that can give you great contribute to that bench. Because if you look at Golden State bench, Andre Iguodala is the perfect example. He can play defense, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass. You look at Sean Livingston. He can play defense, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass. You look at David West. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can play defense, and he can pass. So you have to match that. And the Cavaliers have to find a way to get some spark from their bench. And the Cavaliers is like we're in a tough situation because they don't have no salary cap room and they don't have no draft picks. So it's going to be an interesting offseason. Plus the word of David Griffin. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But now we just talking about the offseason and what kind of moves they need to make. And word is coming from the front office is that Chauncey Billups is a candidate for the basketball operations, the day-to-day basketball operations for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't necessarily like the pick because I don't think he got the experience. And I just don't think that that's the right fit for the Cavs, but that's a whole different page. But overall view for the Cavs, they need to get better. And it starts on the court. They have to get better. And I just feel that in order for us to beat Golden State, we have to get one of those guys. And my guy is, I like Carmelo Anthony. I mean, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Carmelo Anthony is what the Cavs need, a catch and shoot, a shoot player who can come off the pick and pop and and shoot the jump shot. He can go up the pick and roll, shoot the jump shot. He can catch and shoot. Carmelo Anthony is a perfect fit for the Cavs. And you can hide his defense with a lot of team defense, just like you do Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. And what people got to understand is Golden State, they a great defensive team, but individually they not. They're a great team defense. They play a lot of team defense where players be in spots where they don't need to be, but they helping their other players. meaning from the weak side. If somebody coming from the weak side, where do you always see Draymond Green? Coming from the weak side, helping his teammates. So I think Carmelo Anthony will be a great fit for this team if Phil Jackson feels that it's all said and done and is the ending for Carmelo and New York. So we have to figure out a way to get Carmelo Anthony. And I'm pretty sure Phil Jackson doesn't want to just give up doesn't want to get nothing back for Carmelo Anthony. So I think you're going to have to send some pieces to New York, or unless they both come into an agreement. And Phil already came out in public and said that in order for Carmelo to win the championship, it's going to have to be somewhere else. So I think that going into that, can be a buyout. But if the Knicks can buy him out and the Cavs can pick him up on a veteran minimum salary contract for a chance to play for an NBA title, I think Carmelo Anthony will love that. But at the same time, if Phil feels like he needs some players to get back, then the Cavs going to give up something. But here's the key between this Carmelo drama is Carmelo has a no trade clause in his contract. So Phil Jackson might have to figure out a way to buy him out, because Carmelo is not going to sign off just for any team. So I think buying him out is best fit for both sides. The Knicks can go their way, and Phil can go that way, and Carmelo can go that way. And for the Cavs, it'll be a better fit because you can put Carmelo, because you can be more versatile with Carmelo. You can run the 1 and 3 pick and roll. You can run the 1 and 4 pick and roll. I mean, just like Golden State did, they ran the 1-3 pick and roll with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. You can run that with Carmelo Anthony and Kyrie Irving, and that'll be a deadly combination because he's the best catch and shoot shooter out of all of these 3 targets that the Cavs is in. He's best fit for them, and he will make a easier transition than the rest of the 2. Because you look at the rest of the 2, Jimmy Butler, he's not a catch and shoot player. He's a great he's a good offensive player, but he can't catch and shoot, and he's not a pick and roll player. He's more of a slasher. And he's more of just a hard-working player who's going to give you points. But the Cavaliers need a player that can play off the pick and roll and can play off the pick and pop. And what Jimmy Butler will give you is defense. And he's an elite defensive player. So I think that wouldn't be a bad pickup. But do I think that can match Golden State? No, I don't think so, but I think it'll give the Cavs a better chance to win an NBA title. I wouldn't mind Jimmy Butler coming to Cleveland. Don't get me wrong about that. I would love Jimmy Butler to come to Cleveland, but I will prefer Carmelo Anthony. And word is Jimmy Butler would love to play with Kyrie Irving. That's the player he always wanted to play for. So I think that'll be an interesting fit if he do come to Cleveland. Would I be mad? No, I would be happy because it'll give us more defense. And you can't go wrong with more defense if Iman Shumpert not in that trade. So we're going to see about that. But and our second and our thirdly, I don't like Paul George. I don't like it because Paul George is the thing is about Paul George is he's gonna come in and is he gonna come in here and make it a fit, or he's gonna come in here and demand? Because Paul George is the type of player where he want to be a superstar type player, and he's a ball dominant player. And there's already 2 ball dominant players on our team, and that's LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. So having a third one don't make the Cavs better. The only thing that'll help the Cavs with Paul George is if he can sacrifice and come in and be that third option. And coming in being that third option is not always easy because they got the mental side of it. Because if you're coming from a team where you was the alpha dog and you not only coming from the first, not the second, but the third option, that's going to be hard for Paul George. And Paul George is not a good catch and shoot shooter. He's not a good 3-point shooter. But he's a great slasher. He's a great dunker. He has an okay mid-range game, but I just think overall that it's not a good fit for the Cavaliers. I mean, the Cavs. Because take nothing away from them. What a lot of people don't understand is that what Golden State did is not easy. Golden State got Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant was a fit, and they had the salary cap. And that's what I mean about fit. The offense that they run, the motion offense, where they, if not one of the best motion offenses I've seen, they know how to play without the ball. Like, they don't need the ball in their hands to make plays. And people don't understand that. They think that Kevin Durant just came to the Warriors and they was all going, you know what I'm saying, click up and it's click. No, it was just a fit. It was just a perfect fit for Kevin Durant. And with Paul George, I don't think so. Because Paul George would have to sacrifice a lot. He would have to sacrifice his ball dominance. He would have to sacrifice his scoring. He would have to sacrifice being the leader of the team. He would have to sacrifice being with the top dog. And with you being used to being all that through high school, college, and the NBA, that's not an easy transition. But see, with Carmelo Anthony, he's already got mileage on him. He's been in the league. He's been to the playoffs. He got the experience, and he knows that he's trying to win a championship. So he wouldn't mind being with the third option of this team. He's a way better fit than the two because he's a better jump shooter. He's an instant scorer. He's if not the second best scorer in the NBA behind Kevin Durant. He still has it in his arsenal. So I think that'll be the best fit for the Cavaliers. A lot of people are going to think that it's not because of his defense, but you can cover up his defense if you got team defense. And the Cavaliers can always get that together, but they will have to get him now so that when he comes in the training camp, y'all can gel together. And it'll be a better chemistry coming in. It's going to be some flaws. There's going to be some ups and downs during the season, but I'm hoping the Cavs get Carmelo Anthony. I wouldn't mind Paul George or Jimmy Butler, but I just don't think they is the right fit. You have to go by fit. And the Cavs, and the best fit is Carmelo Anthony. And I also think the Cavs have to get some players, some veterans that's going to come in here and do their job. You're going to have to find some veterans that can shoot, dribble, and pass and play defense because you don't have many draft picks to get younger. So the only thing you can do is LeBron have to recruit some players to take the veteran minimum contract and come in here and win some, and come in here and get him the best chance to win the NBA title because the Cavs has done everything LeBron James said do. They got Amon Shumpert locked up. They got J.R. Smith locked up. They went and go get Kyle Korver. They went and got Darren Williams. And all that is David Griffin, but we will get in that in just a minute. But the Cavs did everything LeBron wanted them to do. So LeBron have to come in here and get some players that's going to fit this system and get some players that's going willing to, you know what I'm saying, shoot, dribble, and pass and play defense at a minimum contract. And I think if anybody can do it, it's the king, LeBron James. So the Cavs got a lot of work to do in the offseason. I think they can get this job, I think they can get it turned around. But there's a lot of other stuff that's going on. And like I said, the Chauncey Billups thing I don't like. He don't have the experience. He never was in the front office. I think you need more of a basketball front office mind than a just straight basketball player because everybody who played the game can't get into the front office. Everybody not a Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr know the X's and O's. He knows what management and he knows how to coach. There's not going to be a lot of Steve Kerr, so I don't think Chauncey Billups will be the best fit for this team. So I'm just hoping that the Cavs really realize that and not go that route. But I understand he has a great relationship with Ty Lue.